What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside the Tap In studio. Man, I got a special guest in the fucking building. All the way from the A, man. Deante Kyle. What's happening, man?
What's happening, man?
Chilling, man. Appreciate you for tapping in with us, man.
I appreciate you for having me out here.
Absolutely, man.
Sure.
Absolutely, man. Get comfortable. Let's lock in.
We ready to go, man.
Man, so you was telling me that you didn't originally start out doing a podcast?
Nah, it was so doing the TikTok thing. I was just at work. I was over the road driving them trucks, and I was trying to do the music thing, but it don't work because I'm always gone. And then the more you deal with the music, you deal with ego.
Like you was trying to do music?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like, man, I gotta, you gotta take care of the business first, though. You know what I'm saying? The business being the children, the household, all that. Like, that's why I talk about a lot, setting a foundation before you go chase your dreams and stuff. But I was just like, man, I like this TikTok stuff. Like, it be some folks on here saying some real shit. I was like, man, I need to throw my hat in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But I would say I was doing the TikTok for like maybe 2-3 months, and I just had a video, boom, take off. And shout out to Felicia for the win. She's a big TikToker, but she also a software engineer, so she kind of explained the algorithm. So once I understood the algorithm, that made me motivate to go put more out there. And then the bigger the platform get, the more people like, we want to hear long form video. We want to hear you do a podcast. But I was over the road, so I had just went to Best Buy. I had an iPad. I had bought me a mic. I started in the back of the truck. And I'm talking about, bro, I used to be in Texas dropping loads.
Really?
But I'm recording, but the AC pickup, everything. Dog, I'm in the back sweating, bro. Like, cut the AC off, cut the truck off. I'm just back there sweating, popping my shit. And it wasn't consistent because it's like I'm working.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I kind of got a proof of concept where I know people want to hear what I got to say. And they asking for a podcast, which means I got the lead way to go do it. But I need to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I just moved back to Georgia. It's been about over a year in August. It was just over a year back in Atlanta. So I was like, I'm going to build this studio out in the crib. Well, we still had the iPad and the mic that I was using in the truck. I was like, man, we're going to take off from here. And then we just gonna keep it going. That's why, like, people was like, "Why it's only an hour, bro? The iPad gonna die."
Yeah, yeah.
We working with what we got. You know what I'm saying? Just like my man, we got one of them cameras that is not a continuous shot, so it go out every 12 minutes. That's how he even came on. Cause I was just gonna go in the room and do it how I was doing it, but it just so happened that him coming on Big Cat made everything kind of like glue. It all stuck together. It all worked.
Okay.
So we been consistent since January. And then it just been boom. It's been continual growth over time. And now it's like I'm out here in Dallas with you tapped in.
That's
you know
what I'm talking about.
That's it. All the way here.
Man, that is so dope. Cause I just got on TikTok. I've been doing my pod for like 5 years, but I just got on TikTok maybe December of last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just got on it, and shout out to Joseph. There's a rapper that's from Arlington. He the one that told me, like, yo, you need to get on TikTok.
That's where it's at, man. This is what I tell people all the time. TikTok is the people's TV.
Yes.
Right?
I'm learning that.
Like, growing up, like, I was born in 1990, so Hollywood chose who we got to see. Like, these are the stars, you know what I'm saying? These the movie stars, these the rappers. They got to pick and choose who we deemed as celebrities because they deemed it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to pick and choose who we deem as celebrities. So like 20 years ago, me even knowing who you are off of a phone, that ain't even a possibility. So it's like we getting to choose our own stars, like who we resonate with, who talk and remind me of like my community and where I'm from. Like cause like them folks, I be telling folks all the time, like, bro, I'll go to work just like y'all, bro. I be kicking it. Like, so when you see me in public, it ain't gonna be no green shit. Like, I'm gonna be like, nah, no pictures. Like, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
Cause we finna keep it back pushing.
Yeah.
Cause it ain't all that. It ain't that star like that Hollywood.
Yes.
You on the red carpet. It's like, oh, this nigga be on the phone talking. He be talking this shit on the phone. And now he in the Walmart.
Yeah.
I be with my kids and everything. My son be like, damn, bro, you famous?
What was that first feeling like when somebody first recognized you? What was that like?
Dog, I was in West Virginia at a truck stop, at like a rest stop. And this one, I was just doing TikTok. So I'm in the front of the truck, and I just record my videos in the front, like when I'm on the 30 or if I'm getting loaded, unloaded, just whatever going on, in pop culture or just whatever the trending topic is. If I have an opinion, I'm going to put that out there, right? And I was walking there, I was like, man, I'm going to go get me some coffee, take me a little 30-minute break, and then kick it. And this another truck driver was with her daughter. And she was like, man, I was literally just watching your video. I said, who video? She said, you, Deante Kyle. I said, what the fuck? I'm at work. I'm at work, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. And she was like, no, like, people really fuck with you. Like, this shit lit. It's like almost 2 years ago. So when it happened the first time, I'm like, I'm bugging the fuck out. Like, I call my kid's mom, like, bro, you ain't gonna believe what just happened.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just doing the job. I'm like, she said, that's crazy. Then it keep happening, though. Like, and I'm going all over the country in the truck, so you got to think, I'm in Buffalo. Nigga like, bro, what's up, Deante? I'm like, you know me, bro?
Yeah.
I said, this shit crazy. But,
Yeah.
like, from Buffalo to Miami, I'm getting recognized going different places, but it's smooth, right? Because it's like, they see me like, oh, he out and about. He in his work clothes. He just like me.
Yeah.
So it don't give off that appeal where it's like I'm out of reach or out of touch. You know what I'm saying? It's like people see themselves in me, and I see myself in them. That's why it ain't no, people like, you want to take a picture? I'm like, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
That Drake concert too, I ain't gonna lie. My old lady, she like Drake, right?
Uh-huh.
We go to the Drake. This for her now. She say, look, when we get in here, don't be Deante Kyle when you go in here. This about me. Dog, we get on the MARTA. As soon as we get on the MARTA, someone like, Deante Kyle. She said, man, I can't have nothing. I said, yeah. That shit be lit, bro. It be cool. It be love, though. You know what I'm saying? The same way they show me love in the comments or when they stitch videos or just make videos about me, it be the same in person. It don't be no weird stuff. It be like genuine, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a testament to you, though. You know what I mean? Because you seem so genuine in the topics that you be talking about on your TikTok. And so people resonate with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's just a testament to your content, the kind of stuff that you putting out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I appreciate it too, bro. Like, even just coming out here, it's like, it's still kind of like, I was sitting in the hotel room last night. I was like, damn, bro. off
TikTok.
off the phone, bro.
Yes.
It's just all off the phone, bro. I mean, I'm in Dallas out here kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I seen you post something last night I want to talk about. Can we talk about how dope Donte is, man?
Bro. Yes.
Can we, man?
I ain't gonna lie. On the podcast, we talked about recently about how Busta Rhymes, Missy, and Luda kind of ushered in like an Afrofuturism, like something larger than life for black people, like black people in science fiction type vibes. I feel like she is directly in that lineage, but it's just extremely different because she could rap.
Where is she from?
She from Tampa.
She from Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, and if you listen to the album, you can hear on certain songs, it's like some of that Florida, like, you know how they bop, they should be like a different type of bop. You know, it'd be a little bit more fast paced. You can get some of that where you like juke to that shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I think the label TDE do a really good job of like developing their artists and not just like, okay, they got followers, you know, they popular, let's just put them out. They actually take their time with their artists and make sure that they are artists when they step out. And she is amazing, bro.
Nigga. I don't know how she came up on my like algorithm, my For You page, but ever since probably Thursday, she has been on my algorithm.
Flooding it.
I'm just like,
that late night.
The Stephen Colbert?
Dog. First of all, I never seen no shit like that where they choreograph like with the
hair
and the hair. Usually it's just a mic, a band doing it. She put on her entire performance.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you, TikTok, bro. That's how she got her start too.
Really?
That's what people used to like. That was one of her big criticisms. Like, she just a TikTok rapper, bro. She used to be in her room, and you know how people know how to do I don't know what it's called, where it's like they got their machine and they can play the beat, and then they can put like ad libs on there, and it'll keep looping.
Okay.
She was doing that, and it's this song called "Somebody I Used to Know." She was doing a freestyle over that, smoking that shit. I was like, bro, who is this, bro? And she had like a whole homemade video set up for it, bro. Kind of like how you remember Doja Cat with the "I'm a Cow"?
Yeah.
And how she just kind of did like something makeshift. It was similar to that, but it was also like, bro, this girl is extremely talented. Like, more people should know about her. And then that was maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I discovered that video. To like, she's a star, bro.
Yes.
It's undeniable that she is a star. Like, she could rap with the best of them.
Yes.
But it's unique. And it's like, you know, no shade to like the girl rappers, but it ain't just all pussy talk.
Exactly.
You know
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. And
That's what I love about it.
I think, honestly, you know, it's time and a place like everything. Like, you got some niggas that only rap about killing. It's like, I don't want to hear that shit neither.
Right.
It's kind of like both genders got their thing where it's just like they just kind of
overdo it.
They overdo it, like they run into the ground like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
I like coochie like everybody else, but
I don't want to hear it for 12 songs.
Not every far bar. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. I feel the same way about rappers when they talk about killing or guns. It's like, okay, bro, you got a gun, bro.
Yes.
I'm in the South, bro. Everybody got a gun.
Everybody.
The mailman got a gun.
Yeah.
So it's like that. We need something more. So to see her kind of coming in under, you know, basically like the alumni of TDE, Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, Absol, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, some real giants come before her, and she fitting right into that mode. It's amazing, bro.
I wonder. I would listen. I would pay whatever Kendrick Lamar price ticket is if she's gonna be on that show.
Oh, I got my tickets already.
You already got them?
Nigga, what? You know I got cash out. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, look, this was me and my graphic designer was talking about, the one that do the merch with me. Shout out Suki the Saint. You know, Kendrick was a big focal point of my content because of the beef. So it's like I saw my numbers grow. The biggest podcast I done did, we did 33K in like 3 days, bro, because we was talking about the GNX album. And so I was like, well, shit, he feeding us. We finna put that money right back in his pocket. He made us some money. We're gonna put it right back in his pocket. But and I think, like, you know, them folks paying attention to the internet, right?
100%.
There's been a loud push for Doechii to be a part of that show in some form or fashion. And I think, honestly, bro, she seemed new to a lot of people, but she been grinding, and it shows that she is like consummate professional. Like, she's a clear star. It's no denying.
No denying. I just seen a clip. I think she was like in Paris or something performing, and it was just so raw. And what I like about just her in general, she seemed like she a little ghetto, but it's like a classy ghetto, and it's that raw energy.
Yeah.
And the bars, she not talking about, like you said, I get so many niggas, I got this. It's just...
It's a genuine expression of who she is.
Yes.
Well, I think that when we start talking about artists, we talking about somebody who is putting forth music that we connect to because we could tell this person's being themselves.
Yes.
They not selling us an image. They not selling us on like content, right? Like you same thing with like the girls that rap about their coochie all day always got boyfriends. They talk about, they talk about like they'll have a conversation where it's like, oh, I just get over on niggas, but they be in love for real.
Yeah.
Same thing with the niggas that always talk about guns, they be running for real.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that I think it's undeniable when you see it. Sometimes you don't even know how to put your finger on it either, but it's like undeniable. When you see her, you know, like, no, this is a generational talent right here. Like, this is somebody that's really going to be, she already seemed like she everywhere right now.
Yeah.
But this is going to be like the standard, right? And I think that Kendrick did a good job of that in male rap of creating a certain standard. Like, no, if we not talking like this, if we not rapping like this, if we ain't rapping like this, hey, man, you going to have to go back to the drawing board because this is too good for me to go back down to like some bullshit.
Yes.
I can't go back down to the ground after this, bro.
Yes.
No, we got to stay uphill, bro.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing could be said about Doechii. It's like she kind of raising the bar for like, because women have been killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like Glorilla, she been in the forefront of a lot, and Glorilla gonna keep a hit.
Yes.
She keep a hit. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Meg, all these other women that are like killing it in the rap thing, but she came through at it's almost like a perfect time where they having their moment, and she was like, all right, I'm the one.
Yes.
So whatever y'all was doing before, that's cool.
That's dead.
This what we doing now.
Yes. And you know what? Another thing I like is with her music is different, where she's like talking through some of the records, and it's not all just bars. You can like cut it, and she's like having a conversation and talking, and it's like, wait, this is a change. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, it makes you pay attention.
Yes.
It keeps you engaged. But I think also too, like, I think the representation for being a darker skinned woman, and we're not seeing a lot in natural hairstyles that she always represent natural hairstyles, unique fashion.
Chocolate.
Like just
goodness.
she's so fine.
Yes,
bro.
man.
It's undeniable how fine she is.
Yes.
But I think also too, if you seen her Tiny Desk, she had the all female band, and everybody was doing their thing, but they all had the braids and the style. Bro, that shit was so dope, bro.
Man,
it's like some shit we never seen before. Somebody that's putting that much
attention to
detail, bro. That's what it is, and it's like, but it's so heavily black culture that it's like, oh no, we feel this, like we see this. These are like my cousins. These are like my sisters.
Yeah,
and it's like, but she talk like you saying, she ghetto. She got that edge. That's what I've been telling people about Kendrick though. You look at him like the Pulitzer Prize winner, and you know the rap savant and all the Grammys. Like, bruh, this nigga ghetto,
this
bro.
This nigga from Compton,
bruh. This the part. That's why he know how to. How you gonna battle a nigga that started out battling and he ghetto? He battling in the projects.
Yes.
So a Canadian can't do nothing with that, bro. What you gonna do with that, bro?
Not a damn.
Because it's not even the same about bars. Niggas know how to joke on, like we know how to joan.
Yes.
So what is it? The braids like you got millions of people shouting. What is it? The braid? The man done cut his hair. Yeah. He really done bullied it, man. Low key, look at it.
Listen, because it's nothing like, you don't know. I don't think people outside of the culture understand the kind of thick skin that you have to have.
You got
to be in the hood to just survive.
Dog.
Not thrive, just survive.
Well, and also just be a part of the mix.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be outcasted. And if you got thin skin, you probably get outcast.
Yes.
Unless you thin skin and can fight. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know girls like that. Yeah. We all know girls like that don't know how to roast and ain't taking no joke. They'll put their hands on you quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the same thing with niggas like, all right, bro, I ain't gonna, that joke, this shit ain't, this shit real funny. Let's see how funny it is when I put these hands on the nigga. Like, all right, bro, relax.
Yeah.
We was out here just playing, bro.
Yeah. And something else that I caught on the tail end of your Donte video, you said something about Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, that's Charlemagne word. Yeah.
Here's what I want to understand, man, because I don't take nothing Andrew Schultz say serious.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? But I try to listen to a little bit of the podcast that he did to really just understand like what he said, you know what I mean? And the part that I was like, I can see where people be offended when he talking about what he'll do to Kendrick and all that. I don't think he understand, like you said, Kendrick is from the ghetto. Then like you had to fight. Like, I don't know if Andrew got them hands like that.
Well, I honestly don't think when you start talking about somebody like Kendrick, it's like Kendrick never gonna pay no attention to that. Because Andrew Schultz is an ant. Yeah. You know, a giant and an ant. We in the same room. He's actually, you can tell that whatever he's saying, he's just happy to have the attention. So it's like, I'm gonna just say more outlandish shit. Because, yeah, he's a comic. As far as you want to call a comic, I don't find him funny personally.
I think he's funny.
But
I think he's funny. But I've been watching shows for a long time. He's learned, or he knows how to manipulate or troll the masses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's a rage baiter.
Yeah.
Like, he does outrage farming. Like, I'm gonna say something that's just gonna piss people off, and that's gonna get me the clicks, likes, and engagement. And unfortunately, that make money. You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, that ain't the lane I would take. You know what I'm saying? Because what it feel like is like some Howard Stern shock jock type shit. Like, I'm just gonna say stuff that piss people off. It's polarizing. I know the mass of people ain't gonna agree with it, but I mean, honestly, ain't gonna happen to them for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like in theory, we know one-on-one he probably can't do nothing with Kendrick.
Yeah.
But in reality, bruh is such a big star, like he not standing on Andrew Schultz. And also Andrew Schultz would never be able to get within arm's reach of him no way, you know, how securityed up he is. Probably.
Right.
So I think with folk, like honestly, I said that one little piece because that's the only piece I got to say on it. Like, to me, it's just like I see what the play is. Like you having people talking about you, and that's what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? You just want the attention. And it'll go away, and then he'll say something else crazy eventually, and they'll be talking about him again. But every time he in the headlines, it's for some bullshit. So it's like, all right, well.
That's how he get his attention. You know what I mean? And that's how comics, and that's how he sell out his shows, to do comedy shows.
Right.
So but from a while ago, from just watching the podcast that him and Charlamagne used to do, he used to always get. He just always like a habitual line stepper. Like he likes to kind of cross that line.
I think that there's a comfortability too that come with like, if I do cross the line with words and you beat my ass, well, you look like the bad person. Because that's also the part of like white privilege that he playing off of. It's like, if I piss a black person off to the point where, okay, it ain't gonna be a war of words, I'm gonna put my hands on you. All they do is reinforce negative stereotypes and give him opportunity to turn himself into a victim. Because I started watching him during the pandemic when he used to do them videos on Instagram. He used to do like the Twister, and I was like, okay, this is decent. Like some quick, funny jokes, but it's also like covering a multitude of topics. It was engaging, right? But I noticed like, okay, his podcast is called Flagrant too. You got to pay attention to words mean shit. Oh, they on here just to talk crazy. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, a flagrant 2 get you ejected out the game, right? So that's his whole platform is like, I'm just going to be flagrant as fuck, and that's how we going to get our reach, by just saying outlandish shit. Whether they believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure if one of them young niggas that be with Kendrick approach him, he going to cop a plea.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, what's the reality of that gonna happen? Nigga gonna probably file a lawsuit, try to sue a nigga, get a nigga locked up, some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just annoying because I know, because we come from a space where, as much as like, it reminds me of something that Nip said, like, you gotta let goofy niggas just be on goofy time. But we don't know how to let niggas just sit in that goofiness. We gotta respond and make think pieces, and you know, we actually make them niggas more popular.
Yes.
Instead of like, if we had the collective power to just ice somebody that clearly won our attention, we just put them on ice, like nobody say nothing, everybody block them, something like that, then it's gonna be like, damn.
Yes.
That'll make you sit with what you got.
Something that you said on your pod about parasites. How do you get rid of parasites? You got to starve them.
You got to starve them.
Yes.
And that's honestly what these folks are. It's like his whole platform is just like, I'm here to siphon energy. I need the energy. I need the attention. But people don't get nothing in return for it.
Nothing. But here's the problem. What I think, because if he go at a white person, they're not emotionally triggered off of things that he said, so they're not gonna respond. They're not gonna get online and say nothing. The only race of people I would say is black people. We so emotionally triggered that we'll get online, make think pieces, say F you, go at them, and all you doing is just helping his algorithm go up, because now his name is everywhere. And I think, like you said, something Nip said, we got to start learning how to treat cancer or a different way I respond to negativity in a different way, so that way we don't help it, because that's how he started. I mean, that's not how he started selling out, but that's how he keep his name, you know what I mean?
Relevant, right?
Yes.
Well, I think it's, for one, okay, it's a two-pronged issue, right? Black people are sensitive to outside, not even critique, just like
anything,
unnecessary, like warranted comments and conversation, especially when most time it's gonna be derogatory, right? Most times when somebody talking about black people, they trying to be funny, or they saying something slick, disrespectful, or something that we gonna take as disrespectful because our experience in this country has always been being punched down on, right? So I understand the aspect of where you feel like you need to defend yourself. The issue that I have is that you're not seeing the play.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really even defending yourself? Because if we have like a certain cultural identity and we know who we are, we don't have we don't really have a need to respond to everything. But I think that also you have an issue where you got big black creators with bigger platforms that will see the opportunity to make content around that because it is engaging. So it's a popular conversation. Let me put my hat in the ring, and this gonna make me money too. So it's all like he's putting out content for people to make angry responses and put him in the algorithm, and bigger creators are taking advantage of that so they can get in the algorithm and get engagement as well. So it's like, in theory, we should be ignoring it. In reality, people gonna do whatever they gotta do to make some money.
Right. But I think this is my problem with black folks, right? Because even the dude Michael Rubin, he was saying something that was like, hey, he's looking to help. And black people was like, nigga, we don't need you speaking on how to help us. I'm just like, what do black folks want, man? Do they want the help or do they want...
Well, that's the issue with us not being a monolith. It's like, from, a subjective perspective, like, whatever he got to say is what he got to say and how he feel based on his experience, right? And in his mind, I am helping because I'm with these rappers and I'm making sure they get money and I'm making sure this and that. And, I don't want to see them get torn down because they become our friends or woo, right? Now, but from experience, he could be likely exploiting them. He's making profit off of them. So it's like, I think anytime black people see a white person speaking up on behalf of black people or what black people should do, we automatically like, man, shut your ass up. Like, because it's like, if we ignore...
Why is that though? That's what I don't understand.
Well, it's a cause and effect thing. Like, if we ignore the history of dealing with these people in this country, then if we ignore the history, then everything is everything. It's all good. But paying attention to the history is like, we done seen this game before. And it's going to go from, oh, I only see black people ever tearing each other down when they have one of their stars. It go from that to like, maybe they not even human. Like, how fast will it,
switch?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because if we start critiquing behaviors that have a history of why we behave certain ways and why certain things trigger us, if we ignore that aspect and just let him cook, then how long is this? Well, maybe they are 3/5 of human. Because we don't see anybody else behaving like this. But it's also like to ignore the unique experience we done had. And also it's like, we growing up in different regions, but we have a shared history, and there's no acknowledgement to like how that is affecting us or how it's showing up. So on the surface, like right here in the real reality that we live in right now, it's like, well, why are you reacting like that? Why are you tripping like that? But the reality is, it's like, no, this shit kind of encoded in you, like to be on defense all the time, because that's the hit. Like, just like you hear, if you and laying in your bed and you hear a noise, you ain't gonna say shit. You gonna
yeah. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You gonna keep it quiet, but it's like, wait till I hear something else, then I know I need to act. If I don't hear nothing else, I guess it's straight.
Yeah.
But it's like, we gotta look at like some of these behaviors come directly from slavery, and these are triggers that we don't realize we reenacting these certain behaviors. It's just instinctive, but it's encoded in you to be on defense all the time. So I think in some instances we need to be more on the offense and on the proactive aspect, not always responding to shit. But it's also like people just instinctively respond and react to everything. And I think that does put us in a position where it's easy to kind of like pull the strings. And I think that's where you coming from. Like, why are we always allowing people to pull our strings? I think if we know the context, then we can kind of reverse the curse type shit. Like, because most shit ain't worth your time.
Yes.
Here's another thing too. I be thinking about this all the time. if you cut your phone off for a year, right? What does being informed mean? Like, what is the information that you're gonna get? Because it won't be if you don't have a phone, you don't know who Andrew Schultz is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the same could be said about the Grits and Eggs podcast. Anything, right? This is like our information. This is our news. This is our TV. So like everybody is tuned into like some of the same channels. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a phone, what would your information be?
You got to get it like you did in the 90s.
Right, but then see so then that's the difference in like the old way of doing things is the newspaper and there's a conglomerate and a corporation feeding you information versus we're making the information in the media all the time simultaneously. It's always happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people really is overwhelmed too, where it's like, think about this, like the Andrew Schultz shit, just for example. You see one video and you like, fuck it, I don't care about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see another video and you're like, hold on, he said what? Then you see another video and you're like, oh, fuck Andrew Schultz. And that's how quick it happened because it's constantly happening feeding you.
Yeah.
And then you seeing it from all these different perspectives. You're like, well, I agree with that. And then you like, well, let me go see what he said. And it's like, nah, that's some fucked up shit to say. Like, what you mean? Basically saying you're going to sexually assault the man. Like, what that mean?
Not basically. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is weird. But then it's also like, what do I even do with that?
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like, I understand the implication of it being like, okay, that's wildly disrespectful, right? But I also understand it's just like, oh, he just fishing for something to say. But people not real, because triggers, some people have been sexually assaulted, some people have been through these things where it's like, that's something that really
can trigger
them and really get those fucking wheels turning where now they dedicating all their time to this thing because of this one trigger right here. And I think that he know that. It's called flagrant too. Let me say I'm a sexually assault Kendrick Lamar and then see what they'll say. Because that's a wild thing to say.
That is.
And it's weird. That's just some weird white folk shit.
Yeah, I actually think that's regular white people shit. I think that's regular that's what they gonna say on the regular. You know what I'm saying? That's not. For us, it's like, nigga, we don't play like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't the type of games we play.
Yeah. Another question. Do you believe, because I feel like in order for, and I've heard it from both perspectives, from Dr. Umar and just from different people's opinion online, that I feel like black people do need some kind of ally in order to be able to be more affluent or get more percentages of black people to become affluent and be able to really affect the inner city communities in the United States. That's just my opinion. Where I feel like, because obviously there's nobody that we trust in the black community to do it for us. Mm-hmm. So maybe there need some eyes outside of the black community that could come in and say, hey, this is the structure we want to do. But at the same time, I know black people probably ain't gonna follow that structure because, like, nigga, you ain't part of this community. You don't know what the needs are. You know what I mean?
Well, I think, like I said, it's just history, bro. When has anybody ever come into our community and made it better? If anything, they always come, take something, and leave with it. And sometimes that's even talent. You know what I'm saying?
Or they leave something that's detrimental.
They leave it in a worse condition. Yeah. And honestly, you know, I was over there on Pleasant Grove last night, and it's still people out there like addicted to crack. And we talking about something happened 40 years ago. Yeah. So we still kind of living in the remains of like the war on drugs and shit like that. But I think that allyship would be fine if the allies had our best intentions. But oftentimes it seems like the allies are there for their own agenda and reason. And it looked like charity work. Now, then we also got to ask ourselves, what role is like affluence playing in our mind, and what does that really look like? Because is it just having money for the sake of having money, like how we do it now with just the flexing, or is it for the sake of like really rebuilding and building back up like foundations in the community? Okay, well then also if we're gonna build back up the community, why was it destroyed in the first place? So like it's such a like multifaceted issue that I don't really think we can really rely on an ally if we can't rely on each other. Because if we don't have some foundation where we're taking charge and somebody want to come in, then we just gonna leave them to do the work. And if they left to do the work, and we see that when people are left to their own devices, they take advantage, or they just do what's in their own benefit. I don't really think that, you know, I said this on the podcast the other day, that we need to start putting being black first and putting our ideology second. Like whatever your belief system is, whether that be religious or whether that be, you know, metaphysical, whatever the situation is, like whatever your ideology is on a spiritual or just an intellectual perspective on the world outside of you, being black is first, because we have certain understandings with one another. Just like what I just said about that, you hearing something in the night, that's something we all understand. So we have a culture and a community, and yeah, some of it is birthed out of pure trauma, but a lot of it is just because of us, how we interact with each other, with lingo, with fashion, with traditions and things like that. If we don't rebuild our community with each other, then we're not going to be able to be in allyship. Only thing we're going to be able to do is be used. And I think that also, like, we need to have some more like moderate goals. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that that $1 million, that number, $1 million, it's got too much of a stranglehold on black people, where they feel like if I don't have $1 million, I ain't got shit. Where the reality is, if you have $400,000, you in the top 5%, not only in the world but outside of this country as well. Because we don't realize how poor certain places in the world really is, and like how hard they struggle just to get food on their plate every day in a real way. Fuck like clothes. Niggas wearing knockoff Fendi in America. Niggas ain't got shoes. Right. In some places. You know what I'm saying? Like real rap. Yeah. So I think that I think we need to adjust like our expectations and what our goals is. If we had more obtainable goals for one another and for ourselves, then it'll be a lot easier to work together. If we got $1 million in mind all the time, like, how about before we get to 7 figures, how about we get to 6? You know what I'm saying? If we could lower that standard down to like, let's get 100,000, because it even say there's been studies that show that like after $100 and something thousand, like money don't even really play a factor into your quality of life no more. Like you really got everything you need. But it's like, because when you have nothing, you want to have everything. Yeah. Like when you come from having nothing, you want to have everything, bro. Yeah. I grew up, I couldn't get the shoes I wanted when I wanted them because we couldn't afford it. So the first time I touched some money, bro, I bought 10 pair of shoes, bro. Yeah. I'm talking about 10 pair.
But what about the old adage, shoot for the moon and land up on the star? You know what I'm saying?
Let's be honest, that's just some capitalistic bullshit. Because the thing is like, whatever your goal is, okay, perfect example, right? I always had like aspirations to be some type of famous. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted that when I was a little boy. That's why I was into music. Like I wanted that attention, and I wanted that to be seen. And I think that our community is so overlooked by the masses, unless it's about either what they can take for us or what we can do for them, that niggas want to be stars. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't feel seen or represented, so I need to be in the brightest lights possible, right? Now that dream for me started to die when I started to realize, like, okay, these regular people, but they're being put in like unnatural positions. Like people not supposed to fall out when they see you, bro. That ain't natural. You done going from being a person to an entity. You feel me? And then oftentimes to a corporation.
You're like an object.
You're an object, right?
Yes.
Now, for us and our struggles with being objectified in this country to literally objectify yourself, it's unnatural. That's why these people break. That's why they be having all these weird habits, drug habits, all these, just whatever the case may be.
Just trying to escape and they want to feel real.
You finally got what you wanted and you realize like, oh, this ain't even it.
Yes.
Now, but I think that what I've done for myself is I went and got a trade and I went to make me some money in something where I can take care of my bills, I can take care of my kids, I can take care of myself, and I have a foundation set. So I can go afford to get studio equipment and things like that, and I ain't got to do nothing crazy to get it. All I got to do is show up every day like everybody else, except I'm in a skilled trade and I have a career. And it took me 6 weeks to get certified to get the CDL, but I've been able to build off that foundation. I think that a lot of us are literally shooting for the stars, and we don't have no foundation. So if you go to a building site, what if you went to a building site? What if you paid contractors come build your house and you went out there and they just start framing the house? They ain't laying down no concrete. They just framing that bitch. You gonna be like, nigga, where the foundation at?
Yeah.
We have to start looking at ourselves like that. As individuals, why aren't we creating some sort of foundation? I'll say this, just a natural fact, and you can see this, Black women do a great job of setting up foundations for themselves in careers, in corporate, and then oftentimes with us as Black men, we go the street route first, and then we crash out, and then we go back like, well, let me do this the right way. Like, nigga, but we have a lot of our young men throwing their lives away for dreams or like certain unobtainable aspirations. Like, you never gonna be the biggest drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna be is another prisoner,
right.
Or you're gonna be another gravesite. It ain't like we have some aspirations that we've never seen work out or exist, and then we see a few people make it, right? But out of those few, there's millions. So we talking about less than 1% of success rate, and then we got millions of people shooting for a less than 1% success rate, where we can go into a 85, 90% success rate, especially if you don't know what you want to do. You can go HVAC, plumber, electrician, if you don't want to go the academic route. And we also need Black men in academia as well. But if we don't start setting foundations, we don't even make the dreams possible, right? So then we get into cutthroat shit, sliming each other out, dog eat dog, anything to make it to the top, where it's like, I'm here right now based on setting a foundation and then going chasing a dream on the side, where it's like, I'm going to work the dream. I'm going to work that because that's what I want to do. But I got something to prop it up. I ain't got to ask nobody for no help. I ain't struggling to pay my bills. When we start getting into that, then it's like, right now to me, breaking $100,000 is like
nothing.
I've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got the dream that pay 85, 90. I mean, I got the foundation that pay 85 to 90 a year. Mm-hmm. All I need is 10,000.
Right.
Well, I done made that off TikTok in 2 months.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, okay. Now it's exciting because it's like, oh shit. All I had to do was goddamn go get a CDL, put my nose down for 2 years, work that move, and then figure out what my talent is, my skill set, and do that on the side. I think the same thing could be said. But I think one of the other things is like we undervalue working class professions. You know what I'm saying? Like even barbers and hairstylists, that's seen as like some prestigious celebrity shit now, when that used to just be a pillar of the community. That used to be for working class people. Now they done made it where it's like a celebrity service.
Barber,
It's weird.
Yeah. I honestly, I would say I blame the celebrities because I've heard so many celebrities with don't have a plan B. Like, go all in on your plan A. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think that's great advice.
It's not great advice because but what it is a machine, right? It's capitalism. You're keeping somebody on a treadmill, right? So the thing is like they never are focused on what they're doing. Niggas ain't focused on what they're doing present. They focus on where they think they're gonna be. What if you don't ever end up there?
Yeah.
Then you done wasted. You gonna look back like, damn, I'm 40. I'm still trying to rap.
Yeah.
And I ain't never took no time to focus on like, How am I gonna make money day to day? How am I gonna live day to day? Because you living in this dream and then you being reinforced with these celebrities and these people you look up to telling you, ain't no plan B. You gotta get up, you gotta hustle, you gotta grind. I slept in my car. Like, nigga, I don't wanna sleep in no car.
Exactly.
I'm good on that.
Yes.
When I was 19, my mama put me out the house and my partner had a car. He was like, look, bruh, I can't sneak you in my crib, but you can sleep in the car. And I was like, I mean, I want to sleep somewhere, so I guess the car gonna have to do. Nigga, ain't nobody trying to do that.
Exactly.
To prove what?
Exactly.
To prove what?
Yeah.
And then the whole time you sleeping in the car, you in the car on some bullshit. Yeah, this is just the beginning of my story.
Yeah. I'm telling yourself some bullshit.
Nigga in the car living a movie. Yeah, this is the beginning. I'll look back on this. What they wasn't. Nobody's with me sleeping in this car. Like, nigga, you not supposed to be sleeping in a car. You really going against the grain.
Yes.
Cause like the things that your people want for you, the reason you got put out the house, cause your mama
fucking
said,
up.
you fucking out.
Yeah.
My mama been told me, look, you gonna smoke some weed, smoke your weed. Don't come in my house smelling like weed, then get on the couch and come and eat up all the food. And I'm like, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you disrespecting the house.
Yeah, just get out for a day.
Yeah.
Just to see how that like. Since you love the street so much, go sleep in it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think there's no like value in being modest, right? We don't want okay, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, it's so many of us not doing okay. Then can we just get to okay before we get to excellent? Before we get to extraordinary? Can niggas be okay first? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like what you were saying, you've been doing this 5 years, but to be able to maintain and see growth in 5 years is a real thing. But you got people that haven't seen no growth and they still doing it. Maybe you just not good at this.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it's like as much as people used to praise me rapping, I couldn't see anything tangible of how it was moving the needle. I didn't see anything, right? I had one situation with Atlantic that fell through because I ain't like, I didn't want to be a songwriter. I didn't, and this is another thing too. People was trying to tell me, bruh, you use a songwriting, you get your foot in the door, and then you do that. And there ain't no plan B, nigga. I'm going to be the star. I'm going to be the star. This is my integrity. Like, nigga, no, you could have really just been a songwriter, made connections. And I could have probably been lit. Could have probably been a rapper right now. But it's that fucked up mentality of ain't no plan B. It's the hustle grind. And if it don't look how I want it to look, if it ain't showing up how I want it to show up, then it ain't for me. But that come from chasing a dream, right? So I think that you see, a lot of women go from like working in other people's shops to opening their own shop, using the internet to promote their hair business, promote their skincare business or esthetician, whatever. You see a lot of that, and they're branching into different fields and being entrepreneurs, right? And a lot of us are still stuck on like athlete, rapper, entertainer, where it's like, okay, if you wanted to go be an actor or do theater or be a comic or whatever, right? Niggas don't want to be a rapper and have a job because they feel like, oh, well, if they know I got a job then. But it's like, well, what, you just want to be a professional fake nigga then?
Listen, that is like, I used to live in LA. I'm from LA, right? I did the comedy circuit, did that for about 15 years. And for the life of me, I did not want to get a job. And I don't know why.
Because they told you that's not how, because niggas like Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry and shit like, I slept in the car, nigga. I was washing up in the LA Fitness. Like, niggas might be lying, fam. This is another thing that you don't understand. Some people be in fucked up situations and they just make it happen because they that talented. And maybe these ain't situations, maybe it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances, right?
Yeah.
A lack of familial support, all this and that. Some niggas is lying.
Yeah.
Listen, dog, you ain't known me nothing for 2 years. Seemingly, I've been popular for 2 years on the internet. And it's growing. So I could cook up some bullshit right now if I wanted to. When I was 18, niggas shot me. Where the bullets went at? It went away. It's a miracle. Because it wasn't a plan B. Niggas just start lying, dog. And it's like, we got to understand that there's a love that we have in capitalism and in a capitalistic society with that rags to riches story. We don't like niggas that start from the middle. But the thing is like, damn.
It's okay to start from the middle,
bro. It's okay. Every nigga that go from the bottom to the top want their kids to start in the middle.
Yes.
But we want it for our kids, but not for ourselves. That's so stupid.
Yes.
How about, because this is the thing. If you jump, if you get on a ladder, and as soon as you put your foot on that bottom step, you end up on the top of the ladder, you're gonna be like, how the fuck did I get here?
Yes.
You don't have to, you didn't enjoy the journey. Yeah. So it's like, bro, how about you learn how to get it in the middle? It's great in the middle.
It's great.
That's what niggas don't understand, bro. It's comfortable in the middle. I know for a fact that last year was the first time I even made close to $100,000. I made 90 on paper, right? Mm-hmm. I know it's December now. I know my trajectory. I know I cracked 100,000. I know that. I know the number. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is like, bro, I ain't had no fucking money problems, bro. And I ain't rich. You know, I can't just quit my job now.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I need to set up a foundation where like how bills gonna get paid don't cross my mind. That's already set up. The budget already is correct. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I can do a little extra. I can see a little extra. My kids don't even know what they want for Christmas. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
They don't even know what they want. Like, what the fuck else I need? Shit.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a great position to be in life. And niggas don't understand that when you get there, it's like you good.
Yes.
The only thing I want money for now is to be able to just like, shit, I want to go to Dallas this weekend. Because I got some folks out here. I want to do some work. And I like, you want to have the money to like fund some extras within being reasonable, right? Mm-hmm. But the idea of like balling out is crazy because you ain't never had shit. So you gonna start blowing money? Do you know what type of people are gonna surround themselves around you? Mm-hmm. Opportunists, vultures.
Yes.
Niggas that see you don't know what to do with money.
Exactly.
Oh, great. You gonna spend $100,000 on a chain? Great.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Them motherfucking Middle Easterners, Indian niggas.
They see you coming.
Bro, them niggas is whacking rap. Bro, listen, if I ain't never wanted to be nothing but black.
Yeah.
But if I could come back, I want to be a jeweler. Nigga, man, put me from a foreign country and give me a jewelry store and tap me in with one rapper and I'm going to be good for life. I'm straight.
For you, my buddy.
For you, buddy. $1 million.
Yes.
It's usually $5. Yeah. How the fuck we mark it down like that? It's usually, nigga mark that shit down 75%, it's still $1 million.
God damn.
Them niggas be whack. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. Rappers talk about getting over in the streets all day and then go get worked by them jewelers, bruh.
Man. Here's the thing that I struggle with my little journey trying to do comedy, right? Because I always feel like once a black person has reached that pinnacle where they're now being seen, it's like now I represent a bunch of black people.
Right.
And for me, my come up was like, nah, I represent myself and my family.
Right.
I don't speak for all black people. So if I'm out here fucking up or if I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing.
Niggas got to start letting white people treat them like that too. You remember that joke by Damon Wayans?
Which one?
He said, Damon, now that you're a millionaire, and we're not counting.
Yes.
Is racism real, nigga? No, sir.
Yes, I do.
Because you don't speak for black people. You speak for yourself, like you said. If we want black people to stop being a monolith, then we need people to stop allowing niggas outside of our community, because I speak directly to the community. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody asking me what I think about black people, right? I'm telling y'all through being immersed in this, being from this, these are my observations. These are some things that I feel like we could do better. These are some things that I feel like we do great. And these are some, just some observations, bro. From a perspective of somebody that done went through some hardships, but been in, this is all I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we should be able to speak I'm an expert if it's all I know.
Yes.
For 34 years, this all I know.
Yes.
I'm a goddamn expert.
Yes.
But I think that but people are disingenuous where they don't want to see the whole of black people do better. They want to see the whole of black people act like them. I ain't on that. I don't even want you to be like me because shit, you gonna water down what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck up what I got going on. I feel like we all have the ability to be the best version of ourselves. We can't let niggas trick us like, well, what do you think black people like, bro? First of all, anybody that ever asked me that and you ain't black, I'm like, nigga, why don't you go ask somebody black?
But I seen more black people, like, for example, and this is the only example that just popped in my head. When Jonathan Majors was going through all his shit, black people was on him like, nigga, how you out here doing? I'm like,
cause niggas, I'm telling you, bro, we gotta pay everything I'm gonna say. It's gonna go back to history.
Like,
everything gonna go back to just history. It ain't gotta be slavery. It's a nigga out here before Loving versus Virginia was risking his family life for white coochie. So when we see a nigga crash out behind a white bitch, we be like, okay, dummy, like you ain't learned nothing.
But nobody knew who Jonathan Major was before that. Nobody was talking.
Niggas knew who he was because of Lovecraft Country. And
see, I ain't watched that.
Oh,
I watched Creed.
Yeah, we was tapping in. See, that's
Creed.
the thing. This is why it was so big. Because Lovecraft Country really put him in the space where niggas was like, oh, he's a star. Right? So if you didn't watch it, then you wouldn't understand how, like, he had, like, a meteoric rise, which is why it was so crazy when he crashed, because it's like, nigga, you done got all this fame and notoriety from black people, and black women on here gassing you up, calling you civil rights fine and all that shit. Just you pop out with this white bitch and now they saying you beating her, nigga. All right. So then when you come put Megan Good in front, he's like, all right, bro, like, do whatever you got to do. Do what you got to do. But I think that, you know, we have, bruh, listen, this ain't it's not like a black and white thing as far as like, most of life exists in the gray. So there ain't like it's not like a 3-step program that we can abide by, because we not a monolith, and we got all these people come from all these different experiences. Just like specifically even you coming from California, just the upbringing in that culture out there is a lot different when you step out in other places and you see they don't operate like that. So it's like the way that we are, our blackness is informed the same from the greater society. We understand how that has an effect on us, but how we interact with each other from region to region and day to day, there's some things that cut through like on that's very similar, and then there's some shit that's just completely different. Because like I don't understand, most people don't understand gang culture, right? To most people, it looked like a very simple thing. Y'all killing each other over colors. Y'all just stop doing that. But it's like, nigga, that is literally not how anything works.
Yeah, it's so much.
So if you start getting into the history of gang culture and then it matters, right? That's my take on the black community in general. It's like, hey, things have an origin. If we get back to how things started, then we'll see how to go forward. Because once you realize how things started, then you can recognize all the behaviors that still play into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you move like that because of this. Oh, okay, cool. So if you are aware of why you moving like this, then you could change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a homeboy that stink, he don't know he stink.
Right.
So it's like, nigga, if you would just go put on some deodorant and wash your ass, you'll be good. He walking around the whole time thinking like, I'm straight, I don't smell it. You know what I'm saying?
Your nose is immune now.
You immune to, you nose blind. And so if somebody don't point out like, look, bro, you skipping a couple steps when you leave the house.
Yeah.
If we go back to the square one and just washcloth, toothbrush, deodorant, and hit the street, you're going to be a whole different nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's really that simple. Like, that's, at least I try to make everything as simple as possible. Because if we can understand on a simple level, then we can change something. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times, like I said, people want the community to reflect their thinking. Because, you know, if I'm Kevin Hart and I come from extremely humble beginnings, like he didn't have it easy coming up. Of course, him making it and then building the platform that he built, in his mind, he gotta think, if every nigga thought like me, we'd all be straight. But that just ain't true. Because every nigga ain't went through what you went through. And also, like, everybody ain't trying to do business with the big. Some people want to get it independent and get it out the mud. Some people don't want to make certain decisions and align themselves with certain people to get certain things. There ain't just one avenue to doing things, because then you end up like, ain't no plan. He one of them ain't no plan B ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I respect what he's done, but we can also see how like it's taken away from the comedy, which is where niggas fell in love with him, right? White people fell in love with him from the movies.
Yeah.
Niggas fell in love with him as Seriously Funny.
Yeah.
So it's like there's an expectation too where it's like, damn, we liked you when you was doing this, but as soon as you made it, now you doing this, and it's like, it's a sellout mentality, right? But we can't call a man a sellout if sellout what?
Yeah.
A nigga ain't never claimed to be no pillar of the community. The like a true sellout would be like Dr. Umar. If he got to school and then it was just mad white niggas at the school. I'm like, oh no, that nigga's a sellout. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
The Marcus Garvey Frederick Douglass School just full of white
people. What?
Yeah. That's funny as hell though. Think about it.
Dr. Umar would have to leave. You had to leave United States. You had to be.
Man, niggas would be so mad at him, bro.
He had to leave. He had to leave.
I think that it's easy to fall into like certain things, like, because honestly, the reason why we even had this conversation is because we care about our community. So we trying to like brainstorm, like, how can we make things better? And I think honestly, like, on a basic level, like even with you doing the comedy thing, it's like, bro, that ain't no easy grind, bro.
It ain't.
Because to be funny every day, which you can't be, you're gonna bomb and stuff like that. But then also it's a competitive thing because the dream has been linear, right? What is the comic dream all the time been? I want to get on late night, get on the and then HBO and then things, and all of that stuff done came to pass. So then when you got young niggas coming up and being funny on the internet and then getting, it's like, they ain't real comics. You know, it's like there's always a changing of the guard. And I think as things change, we need the older generations to understand that it's changing and kind of come in with us, but then teach us y'all ways too. Because if you understand how to utilize the internet and work your way into stand-up comedy, but you also got the respect and the conversation with the OGs and people that came before you that can tell you how they come up, you can use all that wisdom and information to make yourself better. And that's really what it's about.
Yeah. And I also think though, once somebody like Kevin Hart that you mentioned, once you get those kind of bags, you get that kind of money, and you're dealing with these corporate organizations, you can't be wilding out because they are so. Once they give you some money, right? Now you in bed with them, and so you have to acquiesce a little bit to your personal persona because you represent them as well. And when you do get some money, you gonna change a little bit. You know what I mean? But I think the circumstances change, right? Yeah.
Like what you were saying. Now I have to tailor my behavior. Now I don't represent Kevin Hart. I represent XYZ Corporation.
Yes.
And if you think that they're not bringing people into a room like, look, this and that, like, this is how we expect you to act. This is what we expect you to say when it comes to politics. These are your politics, like, because if there is a corporation, right, and we in America, they playing a big part in, you know, they may be funding certain candidates, which means that everybody that come up under me now have to be in support of this, support of that, if you want this fucking money. Now, if you want to go rogue, give me my $20 million back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a nigga that come from nothing is like, oh, I ain't giving nigga $20
Ain't no racism, boss. Say that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, like, with me, I feel like the reason why I say create a foundation first is because once you got your needs taken care of, can't nobody trick you like that.
Yes.
Nigga can't push and pull you with money no more. Cause it's like, honestly, bro, if it all go away tomorrow, I still can take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? I can still take care of my business. I might not get the same, you know, it might take a little time to get used to not getting the attention. you know, because that's just a brain response, just dopamine hits, right?
Yeah.
But I got my business handled. Like
Yeah.
my square one is gonna be square.
Yeah.
So it's like everything else I do from here on out is extras, which means you can't buy me. Cause I'll get back in the truck, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go back over the road if I got to.
Yeah.
Cause I'm willing to do whatever it takes to take care of my family. But I figured that part out. I figured that basics out. You know what I'm saying? So I got my needs met. Now I can go after my wants. Niggas ain't got their needs met, so then they give them $10 million and be like, hey, we want you to support Trump. Or
back to the ghetto.
Back to the ghetto. You go, niggas.
The clock gonna strike 12 on your ass, and
then you see niggas out here.
Yeah.
I wear my MAGA hat proudly. It get weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I like to call these people like advertisers, billboards. That's what they are. Once you are beholden to a corporation, some aspect of you loses that freedom of expression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's also important for us to have some like Ice Cubes that go and they do their own thing. And they get in partnership with corporations, but they're not signed. So I can still represent myself and my business. And that's I like. Ice Cube has always, to me, been like a very important figure in like black entrepreneurship and black like self-made production, doing your own thing, making your own movies, telling your own stories. And yeah, he politics is politics, bro. Like I honestly don't judge people when it comes to their politics unless the thing that they support is a complete like
opposite of what they've been representing.
Well, not only that, it's just like, well, this actually harms black people like in a crazy way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we talk about women's rights being taken away by the Republicans, we know who the first set of women that's gonna be affected is black women. So it's like I'm mindful of that always. You know, if you want to take a unique perspective, you want to be a contrarian and all this and that, that's whatever, bro. But I think that we also need to kind of understand that like every person's politics ain't gonna be our politics, and as long as they not harming black people or in their intention is to, you know, what if I'm trying to put you on some game? Because I feel like in my position, hey man, you know, I've seen it work, I've seen it help, and if we kind of adopted some of these ways, but it's like, okay, politics aside, what has this person done for themselves, and how can this be a good representation for the community? Because Cube Vision is great, you know. Friday is a classic. Mm-hmm. All the Fridays is classics. Most of the movies he did and he produced on his own are like beloved by our community. And he went and did that on his own. And I think we need some more examples of like people that go get it back and make their own way instead of going the way that the corporations tell them to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think also, like you said, niggas don't want to risk that money either. And that's a big risk. But that's why I went back to what I'm saying. Before I started a podcast, I had a proof of concept. You need a proof of concept. You need to understand that, hey, I'm gonna shoot a 20-minute film. It's gonna be, the budget might be $5,000, right? Let's see how people respond to that. Then you can go bigger and better. A lot of niggas get $10 million and then want to make a $8 million movie. It's like, hey,
yeah.
Ain't nobody never said they wanted that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it come from not knowing. Like, we don't understand the business. We new in spaces and we think shit just take money. But proof of concept is a big part of this stuff. Like, even with the homie telling you last December, like, get on TikTok. For you, it's like, okay, well, what I'm going to gain from TikTok. But as you see it grow, it's like, oh, okay, proof of concept.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep flooding your ass with clips. Because I see your clips all the time now.
Really?
Yeah. Even if it's not, before we was friends, I was starting to see your clips show up. And I was like, okay, this podcast is getting some reach. And then I seen Hashi pop up. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let me go see what they talking about. Let me follow them over there. So, you know, natural progression is us being here, but I think also you need to be able to say, hey, look, here's the evidence. You know what I'm saying? I think also, too, we come from the hood. It's like, niggas always trying to say you some shit that they can't prove work.
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga love doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Got ideas like a motherfucker.
Ideas like a motherfucker. And it's like, if you could get a hold of one of those ideas and just put a little something towards it just to see if it is what you say it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's not, keep it pushing. Because a person with ideas gonna always have ideas. Yes. But the issue is just like
execution,
right? And also like stop running up on niggas with money talking about this my idea. I'm like, bro, get away from me.
Yeah. I want to kind of switch gears a little bit, man, because I know you say you in the music, but your mind is so much bigger than just music. Mm-hmm. Would you like A&R project for somebody?
Hell yeah. It would just depend. You know, I would have to really be. First of all, it would need to be like a meeting of the minds, like, but also like, hell yeah, I love music, bro. Hip hop specifically, like, I listen to rock, I listen to R&B, but it's just a certain love that I got for hip hop where it's like I really care about that shit. So yeah, hell yeah, and I think if I think about A&R the project, that shit gonna be crazy.
I feel that too.
It's gonna
be,
I'm gonna be a LeBron James. Like,
yeah,
give him 2 more.
Yeah. I feel that, man. Yeah. I can see you in that because I think you would challenge the artist or the rapper or whoever, you would challenge them to think about saying different words or using different, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I think from a beat perspective, because I've watched some of your videos where you broke down a record or a phrase, and I was like, I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you have a whole different kind of perspective on shit that most people probably ain't even thinking about.
Right.
But I think it'll be fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you have that eye or that ear where you can see like, okay, yeah, this shit gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I receive that, bro. Because, hey, hit me up.
Yeah.
What's up? I don't even charge much. I ain't gonna charge you nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be less than they would charge you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna show some love. It's gonna be some 5s. Now we're gonna go 5. We got to go 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that 5 might just be 10. You never know. You know, I might show love.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you know, when you start, I think early on, New York was like a big influence for me. Bruh, I remember like I'm growing up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I used to be like, man, I wish I lived in New York, nigga. That shit used to look so lit when you young, like Dipset and shit like that. That shit look fire. Like, damn, I wish I was in New York City. But then the battle rap scene out there was big, and they was always big on like lyricism and punchlines and shit like that. So when you listening to niggas that do punchlines, it kind of make you like, oh, you got to break that down and decipher it. Don't let it go over your head. Like, that's just some battle rap shit. So then when you start to notice, like, oh, that's not just some New York shit. Niggas doing that in hip-hop everywhere. It just kind of challenge you like, oh, I want to, as a rapper, you want to say something that's like, did you catch that? Yeah. Do you feel me on that? It's like poetic in a way. So then when you accustomed to doing that, then you can start seeing it in other people's shit and start breaking it down. But then it's also like, I love movies. I love everything pop culture. So it's like a lot of my references I get when it's getting brought up, it's like, you ain't tricked me with that, nigga. Yeah. I know exactly what that reference is. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that having a reference bag is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a big part of it is just like, I understand certain references, or even if it's not a reach, art is like left up to interpretation. So shit, hey, what if he meant this by this and what he went back? And it's like, if I can make it make sense to myself, maybe y'all think it makes sense too. Long as if I get too deep, hey, look, if I'm going out the deep end, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But most times people receive it really well, and I think it just comes from a love and appreciation of the art form, bro. And it's like when people can tell you genuinely love it, they're willing to hear what, even if it sound crazy. It's like, hold on, that nigga, he connecting the dots. He doing the knowledge. Okay, if you're going to do the knowledge, we're going to do the knowledge. We're going to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? If it happened, which I think it will.
Hey, man, any artists out there, any labels that need an artist to get their album A&R, they want to come with some hits, hit up Deante, man.
Yeah, you know, Grits and Eggs, we do the music submissions at the end, and I don't be faking the funk with y'all. You know what I'm saying? People submit the music, we check it out, and we give honest criticism and honest feedback. And we done discovered some gems doing that, bro.
Really?
Yes, dog. Real, like, damn, this dude only get 400 views, and he raw. He raw as hell. Like, more people need to hear it. And we done actually help boost certain artists up to where, like, it's this one artist, Shout out to Poir from Miami. Bro, he had a song out for like 2 months, and that shit only had like 500 streams. We ran his shit and we supported it, and we kept running, and we run it like a few times. Like, boy, this shit hard. In a week, that nigga had 6,000 streams.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, if at our level now, that's major.
Yes.
So imagine like where it's going. We can really break an artist.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the idea behind the artist submission is like, let's put niggas on to good music. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. That's dope. That's super dope.
So we kind of already doing the A&R
yeah,
shit. To be honest,
yeah,
you know
really, real talk. Yeah. Man, you got anything that you got coming up that you want people to be tuned in to?
Man, just every Monday on Spotify, Grits and Eggs Audio. Every Wednesday, Grits and Eggs Visual on YouTube. Follow the Grits and Eggs Podcast. Of course, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Deante Kyle. I'm on Blue Sky now, which is a new app. It's like Twitter. It's like OG Twitter. Deante Kyle on there. As far as anything coming up, we got some guests coming. You know what I'm saying? We got to do the business part, but we got some guests coming on the Grits and Eggs. I think that aspect of it is going to start to change the format a little bit, where we're doing more interview styles and things like that. But as far as like big events, anything like that, we ain't cooking on nothing now.
Okay.
We just waiting on. We got some stuff we cooking up for Black History Month with some merch, and with a certain level of content that's gonna dive more into like historical things and stuff like that. But you know, really, we just gonna keep popping our shit, bro.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you and the Tap In Podcast.
Appreciate it.
What's up? You still doing comedy?
Nah.
Nah.
I put it down, man.
Yeah. That was hard, huh?
It was, man. Cause I didn't see my life without doing comedy. You know what I mean? But I knew I didn't want to be an old man still going city to city, state to state, living out of suitcases. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you got the podcast and you doing your thing.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yo, man, this has been the Tap In Podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in. Until next time, man. Holla at y'all.